On today's episode of, wow, it's a laptop I might actually buy, we've got the Dell Inspiron 14, and I think it's good. I guess we're gonna find out soon. First thing up is the charger. It is 65 watts and it's Type-C. I really like to see Type-C on these just because, I don't know, it's Type-C. You can plug lots of things into this. You can charge your phone with it if you want to. I did that over the weekend because I forgot my phone charger. It's awesome. Also, 65 watts isn't a particularly powerful laptop, but it's fine. Okay, that can go up to the side.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, we have these instructions here. Plug it in and turn it on. Excellent. And here we have the laptop. So this guy right here, I think comes in at $1,050, but the option that you probably want is $850, which is much more reasonable. Yeah, this is another one of those, the most expensive budget laptop you can buy ones. It's kind of heavy. Like it's not a large machine, but it's not as small as I was expecting. There's no GPU in here or anything. What do I even say about how this looks, Jono? Like, it's a laptop, yeah. Yeah, it's the kind of thing where it's the laptop where no one's going to know what it is. It's just like, oh, that's a nice laptop.
It's a no-nonsense laptop.
Yeah, no nonsense is a good word for this. Let's have a look at the I/O. Micro SD slot, Type A, headphone jack, go over to the other side. There's our USB-C power input, Type A port again, and full-size HDMI. Don't know if it's 2.1, I'm guessing no, but if it is, editor put a big yes and a check mark or something. Here we go. There we go. Okay, that's a bit squishy. Little bit of, especially right here. The rigidity is good on this half of the device. And then over here, it's not quite the same. Now we need to be fair. Probably the biggest competition for this is the HP Pavillion. This is the Aero 13. So this one right here has an all magnesium chassis and HP's a lot lighter. And yeah, the HP is way stiffer. Like I'm pressing with the same amount of force and it's not giving at all. Dell on the other hand, you can see the difference right there. I'm pushing with about the same amount of force. Dell isn't quite as well built. Oh, these are essentially the same price. You can configure them slightly differently, but like same processor, same RAM. But what the HP can't do, go that far. On the Dell, you can go whoop, all the way around. And also it is a touch screen, which I really like to see. This one right here, you can touch it all you want and it's not gonna do a whole lot. I do, of course, wish we had the 16 by 10. I always say that. Just a little bit more on the bottom and the top. I would have liked to see it, but oh well. This is a pretty nice panel given what the price point is. I guess it did just start right up there, Jono. Okay, let's test out this keyboard. This is the kind of thing where when you have chassis rigidity that's resembling a floppy noodle, it's not a good sign for your keyboard. But it's quite good. Yeah, I really like this keyboard. It's snappy. I don't know how else to describe it. They have like a really nice tactile bump and then it sort of just turns to mush. But it doesn't really matter because like, yeah, parts of the chassis aren't all that stiff and parts of them are, but because you're getting that nice tactile bump right at the start, the rest of the travel doesn't really matter. So good job, Dell. Your keyboard switches here are decent. Also, they have a keyboard backlight standard. That's one thing that this Inspiron 2-in-1 gets right, that the HP Pavillion Aero 13 does not. You can't really screw up the config in this by trying to be cheap. So there's a bunch of dumb stuff with the HP where like you don't get a keyboard backlight or you get 1x1 Wi-Fi and just crap like that. The things that you want to have are just in the Dell. Also, there's only 2 configs of the AMD one. So you have $850 for the Ryzen 5, it's fine. 8 gigabytes RAM isn't great, but I guess we'll find out later if you can upgrade it. What do we call this? People said in the last one that it was a mid-range laptop, but like mid-range is weird.
What is mid-range?
Yeah, what even is mid-range? Is mid-range like a $600 Flex 14? Because this is way nicer than that. As for the trackpad though, it's, okay, this might be one of the ones. Sometimes Yeah, sometimes you just need a little bit of finger lube. It was a little bit sticky there. It felt kind of, oh, there we go. Nice, get some thumb grease in there. Ah, it is better, perfect. Yeah, so sometimes these trackpads come in and they feel kind of sticky. This one right here, my finger was kind of skipping across it, but you get just a little bit of your finger grease on there and it feels good now. I like it. You don't want to Doritos it, Jono. We want just a light finger lubing. We don't want to grease or rub. Hey, you can hear that. That's a really gross feeling click. Yeah, so like right here, just a little bit of a click, and you can hear it. That feels pretty good, but if you press a little bit further, it's, ugh. Feels like I'm breaking it. And I don't think I'm supposed to be able to do that. But it just completely caves in. They need something to support it underneath there. Or maybe your unit's just broken. Oh, the HP is way nicer. Like, you can just hear the difference, like, versus. Ugh. I can't tell if the HP looks better because the colors are more saturated or because it's better at displaying. In the top down, it's no contest. So there we go. That's a bit more fair to what I'm seeing. But it is the kind of thing where the HP is without a doubt brighter and just more colorful, which is gonna be particularly annoying given that the HP also has a matte finish. So I feel like with this Dell, there's gonna be a lot of situations where if you're in a bright area, it's just not gonna be bright enough. HP also has 16 by 10, like to see that. Okay, let's try out the fingerprint reader here. Lock. Okay, not the snappiest ever, but that worked pretty well. Actually, let's see, let's completely sleep it. I'm guessing there's no caching, but we can see if I touch it. Oh, that worked really well. Yeah, if your computer's asleep and you just press the power button, by the time that your finger's coming off of it, it signed you in. That was really good, actually. So good job on the fingerprint reader, Dell. It's much better than having it down here. So then you have to like press it and then come over here.
Just make it one button.
Yeah, one button's so much better. Play some games. I'm kind of curious if I can. Well, what do you think I'm gonna download, Jono?
Yeah, that's right.
No, I'm gonna download Valheim. It's the perfect test of every laptop. I haven't used an APU to game for a little bit, like 2 generations. If you're able to game on this, that's really great news for all the kids whose parents get a laptop like this for work. Let's try 1080p low. This right here, it looks pretty RuneScapey, and I definitely need to turn down the resolution. Okay, 720. Okay, this works. It feels like it's close to 60 FPS, but like, this is the sort of thing where you can play this game. You can hop on a server with your friends, and as long as you don't make a mansion, you're going to be able to play Valheim just fine. It won't be an amazing experience, but if your dad or mom gets this laptop for work, you can happily start gaming on it and it'll do it. Like, games don't get better with what hardware you have. Well, they do, but it's the same game at the end of the day. Okay, I can dig it. That said, the HP here will do the same basic thing. I'm guessing the Dell is going to have a tiny bit more FPSs. Because there is more intakes here, and you have these nice exhaust vents at the back. And also the screen does lift it up a bit to give you a bit more air underneath, but I don't want to say that for sure because I haven't actually tested them. Now, can the Dell Inspiron 14 take on the HP Pavillion Aero 13 in Rave? Sounds pretty good. That sounds really good. 1 second, it's down firing. I need to get rid of the mouse pad. Okay, so we have the Dell here. Oh, yep. Not even close. Yeah. Well, Dell, good job on the speakers on your Inspiron 14 here. They completely blow HPs out of the water. Now, of course, we do need to, you know, as is tradition, bring out the big dingus. It's an Inspiron. The Inspiron sounds better, which I think means something's wrong with my XPS. Okay, yep. Hey Linus, you know how the Surface Laptop Studio had much better speakers than this the other day?
Yeah.
It's because the stupid audio drivers were broken.
It's amazing how much audio is like in software now.
Yeah, because this sounded way better. And I was like, that's wrong. But now this is just, it blows it out of the water.
Oops.
Yeah. So yes, in a shocker to nobody, Dell's more expensive flagship laptop is better sounding than their laptop that's 1/3 of the price. Although if your drivers aren't installed, the Inspiron 14 is better. Now I really want to take this thing apart because you only have 2 configs of this. So there's the Ryzen 7 that has the 16 gigs of RAM and the Ryzen 5 that has 8. Now what I would want to do is get the cheaper Ryzen 5 version, 850 bucks. You're good. Like, you use it for a year or 2, and then when you have a little bit more money saved up, you can upgrade it to 16 gigabytes of RAM, throw in like a 1 terabyte SSD or something, and then it's wicked for a long time. Or if I can't do that, then, I don't know, buy a laptop that you can upgrade the RAM on. This is the kind of laptop that I would actually buy. Because I own a desktop, I don't need something very powerful. I would buy something like this, and it's gonna be good enough. And having the ability to upgrade it down the road would be awesome. Because then, you know, I can hopefully use it for like 6 years or something. And if the trackpad breaks, who cares? You just buy a new one and chuck it in. Yeah, this is plastic.
I think the chassis also is plastic.
Let's see. Oh, this looks good. Awesome. 1 RAM, 2 RAM, you can upgrade them. Bippity boppity. Your SODIMM slot to D. There you go. There's a stick of RAM.
Is this our SSD right here?
Sorry. That hat, lttstore.com. I'm gonna take it out because I actually don't know if it's the SSD because it's so freaking small. It is! That's so cute. Little 512 gigabytes right there. It's adorable. And the nice thing is that although they put this super small SSD in there, there is enough room that you can put a full blownsies one if you want. Hate it when they only have room for the small SSD. Microsoft. Yeah, so I guess if you're looking for a laptop that's $850 and has a touchscreen, this is an excellent option. I would say it's a toss-up for me if I would choose the Dell or the HP. I really like the fact that I can easily get into the Dell and repair it down the road. This is a sort of laptop where if you just want an laptop, it's a very solid option. Like, no frills, but like good enough quality that you're never gonna be mad at it. And pretty good power, like 8 cores. It played Valheim. I dig it. Anyway, that's all we have time for today. And that's all you have time for too, because the video's over. Have a good night.
Is it on?
Is it on?
Yeah, I saw LED flash on the bottom.
It is on. Haha. Yeah, you might want to turn off there.